Warren Slaney, most requested video. Witness statements at the time. 6 foot broad set. One of them was described as being around 20 odd stone. Warren Slaney himself at 5'8" and maybe 10 stone. The descriptions don't fit, do they? Most violent, most disruptive. Been in solitary for years. In his 34th year, around about 20-year tariff, protesting his innocence. In for murder, double murder. Have we heard this one before? Lads I used to lock up, Will. 2 guys in the frame. He's the third co-conspirator. They both point the finger. It was him. A guy, I would have thought a key witness, who disposed of the gun used in the murders, gave a statement to the police and said, this guy, Warren Slaney, wasn't involved. Obviously that's a key witness in court. He disposed of the weapon. Not so. One prosecution witness would later testify that they gave a false statement. I could go on, the list is endless. Prisoners like Warren Slaney in prison become, if you like, legendary. I think everybody who's been in prison and got out has fought Warren Slaney. The stuff of legends. Not unlike Charlie Bronson. Maybe not as well known, but you know, what the prison service would see as problematic. A problematic prisoner. Spent most of his life in solitary confinement on an unlock protocol. A number of staff there to get him out. People don't like these sort of prisoners. They're problematic to deal with, and they take up your time. Now, I've met people like Warren Slaney. Ray Gilbert, for instance. A tariff of 19 years, served 36. Protested his innocence. In prison. Protested his innocence. It didn't go well. You see, once you are convicted by the British criminal justice system, you're expected to throw your hands in and take your punishment. You imagine now, somebody knocks on your door, you're arrested, and you end up serving a sentence in prison. Don't happen? Think of the post office scandal. Yeah? People running businesses, accused of taking money. People knew what was happening. People lost their livelihoods. People lost their liberties. Some people have lost their lives. I've seen plenty of lads take big sentences on the chin. You've murdered someone, you get 20 years. You're not going to be happy you're being caught. You're not going to be happy you're doing 20 years. But they take it. You imagine being 20 years, and although you're a criminal, you're not guilty. Imagine that. Imagine protesting your innocence. I can't even imagine it. It's my worst nightmare, that. Waking up on a life sentence for something you've not done. A lot of these cases, these individuals who end up like Ray Gilbert and Warren Slaney on murder charges where they fitted up, nobody cares. Once they're locked up, nobody cares. The people who review these cases, there's no interest. They've been found guilty by a British court. You know, key witnesses are not provided. Ray Gilbert, again, 200 witness statements not provided at court. Here's the evidence we want you to look at. Here's the evidence that we can convict him on. Forget the rest. Forget the 9/11 witnesses who said Warren Slaney was elsewhere. You've got the 2 guys who were up for it. They've said he did it. Forget the guy who got rid of the gun. Forget the fact that one of the prosecution key witnesses lied. Forget that. We've got Warren Slaney. He's a criminal. Big man in Leicester underworld. Let's put him away. Let's get him off the streets. So he's languishing now at Her Majesty's pleasure. He's in full Sutton at the minute. Down the block, the solitary. Just imagine for 1 minute, yet in your 34th year, 20-year tariff, 14 years over tariff, because you are protesting your innocence. There's 2 things that happen. People lose the will. Some people take their own lives. I've met them as well. Or you kick back against the system. You become the most disruptive, most violent, most fights. You're problematic for the prison service. Going to be doing some more videos about Warren Slaney. A young lady. She's married. She has a lovely daughter. I believe she's doing forensic science. Has taken on other people's cases, contacted them in prison and tried to help them, and she has helped them, and she's going to try and help Warren Slaney. That's at a financial cost to herself, not after fame, not after nothing else, just about justice. Injustice boils my piss. I've seen it in prison. Just going to leave it there. The next Warren Slaney video will be on site at full Sutton. God bless you all. Thanks for your continued support. Thanks for coming. Al City.
In the shadows they reside, secrets etched in stone, echoes of forgotten cries. Behind these walls alone, behind the walls where darkness thrives, whispers linger, secrets hide, invisible chains.